Today I'm with Renato, a custom rod builder in the Engadin region in Switzerland. Renato, it's great to be back at your place. I visited you 6 years ago. It's hard to believe.
Yeah, time goes fast. Huh?
Your fly shop looked a little different, but I can still recognize, the colors, the materials you use. And you brought a couple of rods that already at first sight look a lot different than most of the rods.
Yeah, why? Because they are so colorful, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. As you learned me last time, I'm still a colorful guy.
Yeah.
And I hate nothing more than lazy and grayish, olivish, brownish colors. It's not my style. So when you see this, it's like...
Yeah, it's something that really strikes your eye and is really different than the rest. Yeah.
That's my philosophy.
Very nice.
And because there is a lot of manufacturers doing the same not shit stuff. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, that's my way. And I see a lot of people recognize my rods back. Now, after, I think, almost 10 years of professional rod building and business with rods, actually, often I ask my customers how they came on me.
Yeah.
So often they say on internet for sure, but more and more customers say, I saw one of your rods on the riverside and I had to know what it is. Then they came back to me.
They really catch your eye. Who do you sell your rods to mostly? Is it mostly Europe, Switzerland, or the US also?
Now, the most is Europe, but there is US, Canada, Scandinavia, Europe, of course. I have fewer New Zealand, Australian customers. I even had Chinese customers.
Wow.
But the most part, or the biggest part is Europe. Like Switzerland, Germany, Austria, Italy. No France until today.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. Maybe
they're too conservative.
Yeah.
And Renato, when you build rods, do you build rods from, I don't know, trout fishing, salmon fishing, pike fishing, or is there any type of rod that you don't make?
I built everything. From one-handers to three-handers. No, I built every rod. It depends what you need. There are certain rods I have never built, like maybe 16-foot double-handers, but the normal range double-handers, I don't know. 12 to 14-foot, I already did, and a lot of one-handers, of course, saltwater, which I'm a little bit in controversy right now because they are really hard bent and put on their limits, and it's always a struggle with broken rods. Because, you are in the middle part of the section, as the manufacturer of length, the customer, and I am just a rod builder. So, this is a bit of pain in my business, but it's part of the game.
Understood.
Because it sounds a little bit strange because you would guess that more over 1 or 2 weight rods going broke, but more heavyweight rods break. So from 9 to 12.
Just because they used in environments that are harsher, probably, right?
Maybe yes, because
salt water,
the fish is also
strong,
super strong, and fast and hard, and
And do you only build graphite rods or fiberglass rods?
I built fiberglass rods as well. There was a little hype a few years ago. It's still a little bit for I think for people who didn't realize the hype a few years ago, which was a super hype.
I remember that.
So they even did 2-handers in glass, which were 3 kilos heavy.
Wow.
No, exaggerating. Also nowadays there is fewer glass rod. How do you say, aficionados? But I think the tendency is still back on graphite.
I would think so too.
It's not so demanding to cast and to handle as a glass. And it's I think up to 5 weight it's okay for glass. Everything which goes above it's like pain.
Okay,
it's just too heavy. That's like say a 12 weight, 8.5 foot a saltwater rod is really like.
Yeah. And then heavy rod, heavy streamers and stuff. Yeah, it's tiring. Yeah. What are we looking at with the red rod right here?
The red rod, as I really like for myself, is if I have some special request on equipment, I just can go to my blank shelf and have a look and have an idea and begin to build. So this rod is, I don't like red, but it's a beautiful red.
Yeah.
Because on my last Slovenia trip, I saw a Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
On a gasoline station, which had exactly the same red. It was so brilliant.
I like it. It's cool.
It's not so aggressive red. It's really deep and soft.
Yeah.
And so this rod comes with me to my next pike trip to Bodden.
Yeah.
And the idea behind was because I'm a pretty small person.
Yeah.
And often you stay until your nipples in the water, in the Bodden.
Yeah.
And you lose a lot of
casting power.
Of height and casting power, because you need to hold the whole system in the air, you know?
Yeah.
And for that, I decided, because it's always a little bit pain in the ass with switch rods, because first, they are heavy.
Yeah.
Second, they have, in my eyes, in my opinion, a really strange action, which is something in between a good one-hand action or a bad one-hand action and not so good double-hand action, something like, I don't know, which I basically don't like.
I agree with you. It's funny because I feel like as well, a few years back, a lot of people fished switch rods.
Yeah.
And I was never a really big fan of it. I thought, it's not a great double-handed rod. It's not great as a one-handed rod, so I see your point.
And the idea behind this rod was actually the length.
Yeah.
Because it's almost 10 feet, which are
a little longer,
30 centimeters. Plus, it is very light. It has a high modulus, graphite. So even with the length and the line weight, because it's a 8-9 weight, which is quite a rod.
Yeah.
So you have almost no head weight in the front.
Yeah, understood.
It is super nice to cast.
Cool.
And the cool thing is because you never know, but I can remove the butt part here. And I can
turn it into
switch it to actually a switch rod.
Yeah.
And because it has a nice one-hand action, it's cool for overhead casting.
Yeah.
And not for all the kind of spay casting.
Yeah.
So I can easily just
overhead, double-handed.
Boom. Go out.
Yeah.
And this is the idea behind this rod.
And the short one is just a little fighting butt, or what's the idea?
Yeah, normally it's just to put it in your underarm, so you have a little bit more back power with the butt, and to fight the big.
Yeah. And when you say you cast it overhead, even with a double-handed setup, what sort of line do you fish with it, for example?
I prefer for this kind of fishing because you have pretty chunky streams.
Yeah.
Not the super chunks for usual pike fishing, like 30 centimeters. It's around 15 centimeters, but you have windy conditions and you are nipples. I use most the very short belly lines.
Yeah.
Like shooting head, like outbound kind of style, which you have 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and you let it fly.
And go. Yeah. With the line basket, it's easy game.
Cool. Yeah, and I see it. I mean, if you fish all day, it definitely, is a very tiring thing. It's cold up there. You fish in the wintertime. Yeah. It can get windy. So, that makes sense.
So, sometimes I don't build just rods for customers. I build them for myself.
Yeah, well,
I find
it's hard to right? And then what's the light blue one, for example?
This is a normal trout 4-weight, 9 foot, which is in my eyes it's from CTS.
Yep.
Their affinity line.
Yeah.
They do from 0-weight to 14-weight. And for me, the sweet spot of all this range is the 4-weight because it's my favorite 4-weight.
Interesting. Yeah. And you fish it for trout here in the mountain streams?
Yeah. And you can fish it with, let's say, medium nymph rig with an indicator.
Yeah.
But at the time, I prefer mostly fishing maybe Euro nymphing with nymphs but it handles nymphs and is a bread and butter dry fly rod.
Yeah,
which has a nice action and actually paired with the wolf. You know the triangle tape?
Yeah, I know it.
This is on this rod. It's the best combo I can feel.
Yeah, that's a great line. Yeah. And I feel like quite a few people that I talked to recently rather go towards a 4-weight for trout fishing nowadays, because it's like a little more delicate, probably, right? If you don't fish a big river, it's probably totally enough.
I always say 5-weight is overgunned for trout fishing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you go to Iceland where you can expect super trout. But I think 5-weight is more than a big rod, than a delicate rod.
Yeah.
There are a lot of 5-weight freaks that just fish 5 weights.
Yeah, it's sort of the gold standard,
45 5-weight in the shelf and no 2-weight.
Yeah.
So for me, even 4-weight is high-rated fly rod.
Yeah.
For myself, I prefer fishing 2 and 3 weights on trout. Yeah. Because here we have smaller fish.
Yeah.
But also, I think if you are used also to fight big fish, my style is take it or leave it, or keep it or lose it, or long distance release it. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't give a shit if I lose the fish, but with a 2 or 3 weight, you can also do a lot of pressure on the fish by drilling. It's
no, it's fun.
It's fun.
And the orange one, in comparison, looks more like a trout rod as well. Right?
Yeah. This is my go-to rod at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a 8'2".
Yeah.
2-3 weight.
Yeah.
Which is super delicate.
Yeah.
And we fish a lot of little creeks and streams and just on the top of the mountains. And this is super cool. There is no logo on it because it's mine. I know what it is.
Yeah.
But if you see the rods, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's typically my design.
Yeah.
Actually, this one I paired up with Ralph's beautiful Air One.
Oh,
reel.
I thought it had your custom design.
And as you know, I need to put a stamp on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ralph, but nice reel indeed.
Yeah.
Very sturdy German handwerk.
I have a DC3 that was my first reel. I think it's 15, 16-year-old. It still works great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I visited him just a few weeks ago in his manufactory.
Yeah.
I was really blown away.
Cool.
So,
very nice.
Hands up.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, because also with this reel, Ralph has designed a special click system.
Yeah.
Which is super sturdy, because I like click reels.
Yeah.
Because I think
fun, I agree.
It's no need for drag on trout fishing.
Small,
Yeah. And most of these clickers are pretty fragile.
Yeah.
So they're made on plastic. And they break and they break and they break and they break.
Yeah.
And this is a really nice clicker.
Yeah.
It sounds really nice.
Yeah, that's a little more subtle than
and it feels like it should. It's
great. And
the cool thing is now Ralph can anodize his reels to my reel seats.
Perfect.
And this is a big plus for how do you say, for a customer.
Yeah.
Because the biggest problem since today was to find a reel matching to the rest.
Yeah.
So someone comes here and says, I want a blue rod with this blue.
Yeah.
Exactly this blue, this white, but what should we do with the reel? What should we do? Now this is pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, it takes customization to sort of the next level.
Yeah.
Because you can pair the two most important things in it. Yeah. Next thing is you make your own fly lines. With your little coloring on it,
Actually, I could just buy the white ones and tint them.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Would work well, probably. This one looks almost like a little Borussia Dortmund rod.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not football.
No worries. It could be a B as well.
Yeah, but this is a special rod. This is an Adams Ecstasy.
Yeah.
This is basically just meant to catch a lot of fish. Yes, it's Euro nymphing.
Okay.
I'm their or one of their custom rod builders.
Yeah.
So if you want a custom Adams.
Adams. Yeah. Are they Spanish?
Yeah. Spanish, Luxembourgish.
Yeah. Okay.
And
You make sort of the custom rods for them.
They have a few builders.
Yeah.
Spread around Europe.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. And you on their shop, you basically just can buy the normal stock rod. And this is one I made, and I really like the blanks because for this special kind of fishing, they're just made for it. Yeah. Because the action is just perfect.
Got it.
I don't know if you're a nympher.
I haven't done it too much, I have to say. I've done it a few times, and it really works. I know that.
It catches.
It catches a lot of fish. This rod a little longer than like a usual nymph.
Yeah. So they have fewer models. Most I prefer the 10.5 line too.
You have a little more reach, or what's the idea behind it?
Yeah. So for me, the 10 foot is a little bit short.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit tippy.
Yeah.
Tip flexy.
Yeah.
A little bit too fast in the tip, and the 11 weight is too long, too heavy, too for my taste.
Yeah.
And the 10.5 foot is the
right there.
spot.
Yeah, cool. What weight range is that? 3 weight?
This is a 2 weight.
2 weight.
But since you don't cast it with fly lines, you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's monofilament.
Yeah.
But it's rated as 2 weight. So just in case you get stuck on a dry fly river, you can put a 2 weight fly line on it and try to catch
it with it.
It works, but it's not suited for it.
Yeah.
And here it's basically the special thing. It's the oval tip, you see?
Yeah.
It's like a triangle.
Yeah.
So you have this is fighting the tangling around the tip.
Yeah.
And the first ring of the tip is a snake guide.
Yeah.
So this even how do you say?
It doesn't tangle as easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially around the tip part.
Yeah.
And as you see, the stripping guide is pretty close to the grip. So if you cast, the point is that you can just do the cast, and then with the middle finger, because the angle is pretty flat, you just can grab the tippet and go on fishing. So you are just stuck and
fish. Yeah.
Oh. But as said, I leave this to everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
I also do Euro nymphing.
Yeah.
But it's not why I learned fly fishing.
Yeah.
Why I get obsessed with fly fishing.
No, I agree. I mean,
I love the line.
Exactly. I definitely get the idea that you catch a lot of fish, and in certain situations, if you fish runs that are close to you, it makes a lot of sense. But like you're saying, to me, fly fishing also has this aspect of really casting a line, because that's sort of the beauty of the sport in a way.
Exactly that. It's the flow of the line.
Yeah.
It's the noise it makes.
Yeah.
It's the feeling you get if you do the perfect cast.
Exactly.
It's the
No, I agree. And even if you don't catch anything, right? Even if you make a couple of good casts, you're like, that's a good day already.
Yeah,
I agree.
For this we learn fly.
Yeah.
Or for this I get addicted.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But attention, you can get addicted to Euro nymphing.
Yeah, because you catch a lot of fish.
Often for beginners, which I guide, I say them, take care of this, because it's from the devil.
Yeah.
So it will poison you, and you won't touch a proper fly rod.
Yeah.
Or you could get in situations where you can get lost without knowing how to cast properly.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it makes sense.
So you cannot go pike fishing with urine in front on the bottom. You need to cast.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And the last light blue one that we're looking at?
Yeah, let's come back to the glass. So I still like or love glass.
Yeah.
This is a little 1 weight.
Yeah.
It is 6.5 foot.
Oh, whoa, that's really short,
Yeah, and this is just butter. So also the
deep in the
also the cork is bending.
Yeah.
And these are just cool sticks because it's so much fun to catch fish.
Yeah.
It's not meant to cast into the wind.
Yeah, sure.
So let's say 15 meters.
Yeah. But you can still make a proper fly cast with it.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
That's cool.
Not with 15 buffer, but with normal conditions, it's possible.
Yeah,
and just also fighting the fish on these.
Sure, that's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And what sort of line would you fish with such a rod?
For sure, no weight forward.
Like a light double taper or something.
Yeah, something light. So because with the weight forwards, you overload.
Yeah, it's too heavy in a way in the front section. Yeah, I get it.
Or just size down. Let's say if you have a 3-weight.
Yeah,
you can take a 1-weight forward.
Sure.
Which goes.
Yeah.
As again said, you don't have to cast 35 meters. It's just.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And would you say most of your fishing is for trout, or what are other species that you really like? Yeah.
Yeah. So I have never made proper saltwater fishing.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's for sure on the bucket list.
Yeah.
I'm still young.
Yeah.
I have a lot of time.
Yeah.
I do trout fishing.
Yeah.
I do grading fishing. I do sometimes pike fishing.
Yeah.
I do. I like carp fishing.
Yeah. It's challenging, right? And
it's challenging.
Strong fish.
Yeah. And as you know, we are the same. I like or love Huchen fishing.
Yeah.
For the noob salmon, which
is very special. Yeah.
Always great, but also tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my playground.
Yeah.
So, but mostly it's trout.
Yeah.
Trout and grading.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Renato, thanks a lot for this little inside view into your rod building empire. I love the colors. I think it's really, something special and something that people either probably love or hate. But I think that's a really cool niche that you found and have explored.
There are enough who love it.
Yeah, I know. I totally think.
So I have plenty to do.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, cool. Thanks a lot, Renato.
Thanks. Yeah.